Yeah,
not going to be enough.
Daemin there on the exit can't quite make it out. I'm surprised that ArHaN actually didn't go deep and try to finish off Bubbly. Does let him live for a little bit longer. Now he's going to be coming back in with that sound barrier ready to go. Will be matched by IDKs.
Speaking of which,
so far, yeah, it's going to be the sound barrier and, you know, thrown out from both sides. Discord Orb in onto Butcher, goes low, pops out the Primal Rage. Now the Transcendence coming down, just trying to keep everybody topped off. Dance just hovering back and forth, will be answered from the side of Lucid as he pops his own. And now Decay drawing out the Dragon Blade. Transcendence already finished off, finds a kill in onto Recry, but is taken down by Lucid. Gives it the boot, gets rid of that Genji. And Afreeca Freecs Blue pushing them all the way back towards their spawn will hold on to this one, 60% accrued.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough attack now for Uncia. Looks like even the delayed respawn here on the Daemin going to be very annoying for them to deal with. They don't have anything. They kind of popped everything earlier. They're not going to have the Dragon Blade, no Transcendence, no Sound Barrier. Going to have to be Poise, finding some amazing angle. Going to be pretty unlikely with DongHyun on the D.Va to deny him for this to even happen. The second he pops the attack, D.Va's just going to come down and block it.
Exactly, and that's not going to be there for the side of Afreeca Freecs Blue. Recry popping his own tack visor as Poise hits the low ground, wrapping around the side, looking for a kill. Can't get it though. It's like you said, DongHyun is there. Does throw out the defense matrix and denies a lot of that damage. In the meantime, Recry does finish off Decay. Just going to be the one kill that he's able to find with the tack visor, but it's 95% getting ready to go into overtime. ArHaN dies. Could this be an opening for Kongdoo Uncia to finally get a retake? Starting to take down. Transcendence gets popped as Dance goes piling in onto the point. DongHyun from the back trying to boop him off, trying to deny this take from them, but it's starting to come through and he's going to get popped out of the mech.
Okay, Daemin actually picks up a triple, knocking the mech out there. Butcher uses Primal Rage at the last second, which is really unfortunate, actually, because he's not going to have it for the defense here now that they did take this, so perhaps a bit unnecessary to pop that Primal Rage, but they were so desperate they did not want to lose this first point. But now Afreeca Freecs Blue with the 99% lead just can do a few eco pokes, a few pushes to actually build up that 6-ult push. Or if they get any picks at all, look for an opportunity. Such a risky thing to do to pop that Primal Rage that early, or rather that late, I should say.
Oh, Decay gonna get taken out right off the bat, but ArHaN gets hit by the Helix rocket, so he loses his life. Sound barrier out from Kongdoo Uncia, and Lucid throws down the Transcendence. So they start pushing in, trying to get this retake. Push forward, trying to get onto Poise, who pops that tack visor. DongHyun's gonna get knocked out of the mech and gets taken down immediately. Self-destruct hits with a bubble throw down from the Winston, keeps him alive. And he just finds Recry, he's not paying attention, just gets fired right in the backside. Those Helix rockets hit. He gets taken down. Now a couple answering kills out from Afreeca Freecs Blue. We'll see what Decay can do. Pulls out the Dragon Blade, finds two as ArHaN and Lucid both go down. Kongdoo Uncia should hold on to this point for even longer.
They used so many ults in order to do so, though. We'll get the kill here. Drops the spray. So Decay and Poise definitely earning their spots on the roster tonight, but Afreeca Freecs Blue is going to have this amazing push to come up now with Mano having that Primal Rage, also the tack visor. They don't have Sound Barrier, that's one thing that is missing. No Transcendence either, but they have the ult lead because of all the ults that Uncia had to use to defend.
Yeah, neither team has defensive ultimates at the moment. ArHaN going forward, trying to go ahead and pick off Butcher. Does not find the pulse bomb stick, and now he's going to be in trouble. Leaps forward, just going to play ring around the rosy at the moment, but Lucid gets picked off by Decay. Big opening here for the side of Kongdoo Uncia, trying to hold on to this, but now the tack visor pops up off screen. Butcher goes down, and Mano comes up with a double kill. Tack visor finds a kill and onto Decay. That'll be the recap. That'll be the game as the overtime ticks down. Was looking pretty good for Kongdoo. Off the retake, worked their way up to 90%, but in the end, they just get swept out there. So that's going to be Shrine going over to Afreeca Freecs.
I mean, Mano got the kills there. He had the Primal Rage for the disruption, but it was really the damage coming out from the tack visor that helped clean everything up from Recry. And when you run a composition like this with a triple DPS without the D.Va, you are weak against moves like this. You're very weak against the tack visor. And Recry, known for his positioning, known for his tracking even without the tack visor coming over, but still, when you don't have a D.Va, you struggle against ArHaN's Tracer. You struggle against Recry bringing out the tack visors in moments like this with Mano disrupting everyone in the back line. So with that early lead, Afreeca Freecs Blue just took their comp and used it wisely. Let's move into now Sanctum. Close call, though. You do have to give props, especially to Decay and Poise, who was playing the Soldier last game, or last round.
See how this one's going to go here. Kongdoo Uncia looking to tie up the rounds on Nepal. Forward, already coming through. Poise going low, has to zip his way back a bit. It's topped up, himself alive, so far no kills coming through, and it's 5 seconds for the point to unlock. See who is going to be able to get on top of it first and foremost. Very deeply coming through. Butcher straight into the face of Afreeca Freecs Blue, and they can't really turn onto him to take him down. And DongHyun, it looks like he's going to lose his mech. They'll trade on the Divas, and multiple kills coming through now as ArHaN back over onto his staple Genji, comes up with the triple kill. Butcher, Daemin, and Bubbly all taken down. Let's go ahead and get a quadra as he gets rid of Dance.
Yeah, I mean, we had the camera actually on Recry there, but it was all ArHaN. Recry had the finishing off pot shots there. A very deep dive from Uncia, and Decay, or rather not Decay, sorry, Daemin did get a few picks there, did a lot of damage, but no one could kill ArHaN, and that was the big story. So I do like Poise switching over to the Diva, though, even though he was very accurate on the Soldier. They do need some more absorption here.
Pulse Bomb gets tossed out, but I think that actually, we saw that flick around from the side, was able to eat that one, and ArHaN drawing out the Dragon Blade, already gets rid of his enemy. Genji gets rid of Bubbly as well, so another double kill going over to him. And it is just going to be stomping grounds here for Afreeca Freecs Blue as they just continue to shove Kongdoo Uncia back towards the spawn.
We'll see if they end up trying to camp this this archway. It doesn't look like it's so far on. Was looking for that pick there on to Dance, but didn't get it. They're just going to take the more defensive position back here on the point. It's a bit all in to try to hold that archway. Can actually backfire big time. Lucid does have the Transcendence. It's actually adding a lot of damage into these fights. Another huge dive in.
Yeah,
ArHaN does get picked early.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice opening here for Decay. Transcendence comes down from Lucid. Just everybody topped off as the recap gets ready to come through from Kongdoo Uncia. Nearly have it, about 75% of the way, but they start contesting this one from the side of Afreeca Freecs Blue. But with IDK, Mano going down, now DongHyun following suit. They will get picked off. That will be the flip coming through. So not quite into overtime this time around, but 65% still accrued for Afreeca Freecs.
Looks like they want to look for a sneaky self-destruct potentially. Nope, just going to scout it out and back off.
Feeling a bit saucy for a second.
Yeah, a bit saucy, indeed. So they actually did this with very few ultimates. They have a lot available, including the self-destruct. We'll see if Poise wants to drop it down. Not going to be the best opportunity.
Sound barrier coming through here, and the fight hasn't really broken out, so blow that one out and still don't really gain too much for it. They haven't been able to take down too many HP bars here on the side of Afreeca Freecs Blue, and the self-destruct not going to find anything. You see ArHaN barely making his way back in onto the point, using that dash to get himself out of the pit. Poise posturing forward, trying to buy as much time for his squad as he can. Has to retreat, but still loses the mech for it. He'll get jumped on, will be taken down, and that should be the flip coming right back through for Afreeca.
Yeah, this is a really scary flip too, because they only use the Primal Rage. Mano actually still alive here, just getting healed up, giving more percentage to IDK. We'll have that sound barrier soon. Lucid, soon to have a Transcend. So they're about to have 5 ults for the defense against just a few available right now for Uncia. It's going to have to be all about Decay right now. If he gets picked off first or can't find a good Dragon Blade, it looks like this first map is going to go over to the Freaks. Okay, here he comes trying to take another angle of approach. The Dragon Blade actually not used here. The sound barrier comes up first.
Hasn't got it yet. There we go. Will finally draw this one out. The sound barrier going to be eaten away, but ArHaN on the other side, the other Genji, is the one coming up with the kills. Decay finally finds IDK, but that's just about going to be it. Him losing out on his own Lucio. Kills here for Afreeca Freecs, but the recap does come through. So ticking up, but it's going to be immediately retaken by Afreeca.
Yeah,
now into overtime.
They just allowed them to take the point, but they won the fight diving in with the Dragon Blade. Transcendence coming up, though. They're going to do one more.
I mean, desperation move here really for Dance. Pushes for it, has that Transcendence thrown down. Now goes away, and the self-destruct comes out. Doesn't find any picks. Into overtime. Kongdoo Uncia desperately looking for this retake. They find a kill in onto IDK and Lucid, so both supports from Afreeca do go down. Maybe they concede the point. Just hand this one over. You can see Recry firing from a distance, keeping himself safe. They will just allow this to get flipped. Yeah,
ArHaN's about to have another Dragon Blade, so that's going to be the key. They're not going to have any healing ultimates to pair with that, but still can do a lot with it, as we saw in that last fight. A bit unfortunate for the Freaks here, though. They had total control, but just couldn't hold on there after using everything quite literally. So good moves by Uncia. Okay, Butcher going to look for a cheeky flank, getting saucy, as you said earlier, but
he's going to get moved off. Has the lead to keep himself safe.
Close call there.
Yeah, 75%. So again, they're going to be building up here for Kongdoo Uncia. It's 90 on Shrine before Afreeca won the map. So with that team kill.
They got the pick onto ArHaN, but he's back respawn now. This is going to yet again be the story of the Dragon Blade, this time for Afreeca Freecs Blue.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually get to watch him this time around. Butcher going to be diving in, has the Primal Rage ready to go, and still hasn't really been
ArHaN's
too
dead.
much. ArHaN does get taken down. Dance finds the kill, but Decay pooped off the map by the Diva, or by the Winston rather. Does go down, so both the Genji's going to be taken out, and the retake starting to come through here for Afreeca Freecs Blue. Both Transcendents use Zenyatta's dance around on top of the point, trying to keep themselves alive. Their squads alive and in this fight. Overtime now for Kongdoo Uncia. Afreeca Freecs blue. Can they pile back in time? ArHaN swapping back over to the Tracer. Does make the tag, and Mano leaps in with the Dragon Blade. Comes out from Decay. Can he find anything? The tag visor actually from Recry on the backside of the fight takes him down.
Several.
It's going to be a 3-for-3. Can they get onto the point to find this take?
They need to jump onto it. He goes into self-destruct. Those coming in at the same time here.
Doesn't find anything with the explosion. It's still 50% on the
ArHaN.
take here for Afreeca Freecs blue. Poise still very healthy. Butcher going low. Both of them could get popped. The rest of the squad from the respawns will be coming in. The Diva gonna get booped off. He makes it back onto the platform. Looked like he was gonna be dead for sure, but he stays in for a little bit longer, buys some time, and crucially stops the take from coming through for Afreeca.
Decay getting the kill. The lucid is so huge here as well. No more healing there, and no extra damage. Daemin actually drops the pulse, but it's eaten immediately by DongHyun. He has a self-destruct. He's going to need to use it. There it goes, up into the sky.
Just get taken out. That's going to zone them off for a
Nice
little
bubble.
bit. Actually just find the kill in onto Daemin, so not going to be denying that one. So crucial pick up here for
Primal Rage for Butcher.
They keep piling in. IDK going low, but he manages to snake his way out off the point, gets himself onto the high ground, keeps himself alive, crucially for the fight. Butcher now leaping back in.
Afreeca gets
Has
the
that
retake.
Discord
The
orb
retake.
coming through. Yeah, the retake is there. They're trying to pile in. Poise immediately getting popped out of the mech, gets taken down. They have to stay into this one. Bubbly comes in, goes low.
Recry.
Sound barrier down for Afreeca Freecs blue. And after one of the most back and forth fights I have ever seen on a King of the Hill, go forward with that one. The moment still hovering this, we'll have the boost out from the Mercy. Hasn't found any shots yet though. So we'll see how far forward he wants to play this one. Hops up over top of the theater. Doesn't quite get anything. See all of Afreeca Freecs blue just playing back around the corner, sitting here behind this barrier with the torpedo turret.
Daemin still on the Widow, trying to find an angle here to perhaps knock this turret out, but with the shielding coming in from ArHaN and Mano.
Kay says hello, gets a kill in onto IDK. Nice little opening here as he sneaks his way around.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, the stealth tracer coming through.
They see this opportunity.
They capitalize though, so members go low. They finally go ahead and pop Poise out of the mech. They get rid of the turret as Butcher goes forward, takes that one down, but he pays for that with his life as Recry takes him out, and Bubbly gets taken down by ArHaN here on this Orisa. So the hold will continue to come through, and you can already see that swap off coming, or that, not the swap off, rather, the respawn coming through from the Torbjorn as he gets back over and starts putting down that turret again.
Yep, so just resetting this. Daemin's actually incredibly far forward here, up on the front lines. So here's another dive attempt now. Butcher coming into the front lines.
Mano just jumping straight in on top of Dance, is able to just zap him to death. Bubbly even just channeling on him the entire time. It's not enough to keep him alive. Now that's going to be the Primal Rage getting popped. He goes forward in onto Daemin, up into the skies to try to just snipe out Bubbly. He'll pop the res. Mostly trying to get that invulnerability to keep himself alive. Mano, one final leap, doesn't make it over the wall, drops down the bubble, but he's actually going to pay for this one. So big mechanical error from Mano, and that can be a crucial opening for Kongdoo Uncia to get onto this first point.
Okay, Molten Core's coming up here as well. They're going to try to hold this using that Molten Core. Here comes Daemin, actually having free reign now to find the damage. IDK gets the pick, and so does DongHyun. Can they hold on here? Turret actually still hanging in for a bit longer. It's actually doing so much damage in this fight. Finally, they get it down.
Yeah, works them down. The first tick getting ready to come through as DongHyun will die. Afreeca Freecs blue, you have an opportunity to go for another contest. IDK is still nearby, firing away. Just with his regular shots. Second tick is here. Do they want to go for this? Picks up the armor, gets left on, gets the health pack as the rest of the team starts coming through. He's trying to keep himself alive and does so now.
Recry.
In the backside. That's going to be the attack visor coming through, finds Bubbly, and Daemin takes him out. The Helix rockets find him. That's going to be multiple kills coming through. The ultimate from the Orisa, the turret, both go down, as do ArHaN and Recry. Pulse bomb in onto IDK. Takes him out. The turret goes down as well. And Decay just starts cleaning up house. Self-destruct thrown down, not going to find a damn thing outside of Poise's mech. And that will finally be the cap for Kongdoo Uncia.
That was such a crazy exchange. I said 3-man, but it was really the turret and the Orisa ultimate that were taken down there. With the double, though, they got the pick.
It really looked like a quad for a second.
Gets it right in the perfect spot, right in the sweet spot. The shield goes down. And that's what helped secure the point there for them, as the turret was out of position, and after that, more just completely destroyed after that. But really good play from IDK. The turret stayed alive for so long there at the end. It was actually the carry itself. Talk about beautiful tracking, talk about good aim, but the turret itself, man, it was the carry. Yeah,
it did work. See Recry getting jumped on there, so Biotic Field gets the healing coming through. Does keep him alive. Yeah, Afreeca Freecs blue. Starting to play a bit further forward as they try to contest this payload. Daemin still sticking in with the Widowmaker, just misses out on that high ground opportunity, falls off. The grapple hook, and that's going to be a nano boost in onto Mano as he leaps forward on this Winston, building up for that Primal Rage very swiftly. Trying to get the kill in onto Dance, can't quite find
He's
it.
that Primal Rage. Okay, he does pop it here, just barely getting it off.
Can he find much else other than a couple smacks? Doesn't have any kills coming through. Really, the only thing that we saw was off-screen ArHaN taking down Daemin.
Okay, Decay has that pulse bomb, doesn't need it right now, gonna hold on to it. There's another pick, and the push continues. A very solid shove. ArHaN does get the double, actually, though, with the dash here. Don't know if that's gonna turn it, though. Doesn't look like it.
Going down, tanky front line here from Afreeca Freecs Blue, suffering heavily as Mano goes low. Kane still pushing forward, doesn't have to use that pulse bomb yet, holds on to it for a very long time. Payload will continue moving. 2 minutes on the clock, just this final corner to be rounded.
So many ult advantages for Uncia, especially the self-destruct, which may be enough in itself to actually secure this. When you have that plus Butcher's Primal Rage, just no way it feels like Afreeca Freecs with only the Dragon Blade right now, soon to be the Sound Barrier, can hold off against this. They'll need that pairing to stop this. This is already the pick on ArHaN, so once again, killed before the Dragon Blade.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb comes out there from Decay, not going to find anything, but like you said, ArHaN going down is going to be a very crucial pickup here for the side of Kongdoo Uncia as they're just a couple meters in front of the point now. Self-destruct's thrown down by Afreeca Freecs Blue, not going to find anything, but DongHyun's able to get the re-entry as Daemin just still picks off from the backside, finds the shot in onto IDK, finishing off that Lucio. Get leapt on by Mano, but grapple hook immediately takes him to the high ground, keeps him safe. They might even get some exit kills here. Mano desperately trying to leap out, but he's got Decay there sticking to him like glue, finishes him off, gets the stagger coming through, and that's the completion on point B.
Now, Daemin is one of the only players in Apex that will actually run the Widowmaker all the way to completion on this map, on Route 66, and when he's given the room to work with, when they do get the kills onto Mano or DongHyun, then he actually does do so much damage, and it's surprising that he's willing to stick with it this much, but he's finding success with it. ArHaN still has that Dragon Blade, by the way. He probably wants to use it. Could have had a second one by now. Here's the Nano Blade.
Oh, well, that's going to be the Helix Rockets coming down. Takes out Daemin, Decay, and Dance both going down. Nano Blade slicing away as he does go low, but he's able to stay alive.
The res comes in.
Res comes through. Yeah, Bubbly finding 3, pops him back in, straight back onto the high ground. Goes Daemin, but 2 members right off the backside of that when Poise and Butcher do fall down. Transcendence used by Dance, just trying to keep everybody else topped up. Doesn't really have anything, though. And for now, Afreeca Freecs Blue will claim control over this payload.
And they do it with really just the Nano Blade, as well as those picks. Recry with the Helix Rockets kill, and then ArHaN cleaned everything else up. So they actually still have the Primal Rage, they still have the Attack Visor, and a Self-Destruct. It's a very efficient defense here by Afreeca Freecs Blue. Gonna hold on to that Self-Destruct until dire situations arise. Okay, here it is. Actually gonna look for a huge opportunity, very risky. Only gonna knock Poise out of the mech before he can use his own Self-Destruct.
Yeah, but that's the Attack Visor out here from Recry, trying to dash around, needs to get away from that bubble. Pulse Bomb comes down, does clip Lucid. Maybe he was gonna be able to leap out of that one in time, but does get taken down, and off the backside, Mano falls as well. Poise knocks yet again out of that mech. So stay alive, but he's kiting back as a baby diva.
ArHaN's going deep to get the kill on the Bubbly. It's always really important when you knock the mech out of the fight like that, even though you didn't get a kill, quote-unquote. It allowed Recry to do more damage with that Attack Visor. But the push continues, and they have that Primal Rage. The Dragon Blade's still held here for ArHaN.
So they're waiting for the sound barrier. Yep. Yeah, it's getting ready to come up now for IDK.
Nano boost is very shortly going to be ready as well, so if you can just be a bit more patient. Nope, not going to be patient. Just going to go in right now onto Daemin.
Comes through, throws out the deflect, trying to deny a lot of the damage coming through. Does take down Daemin in the end. Doesn't find much else, though. So just gets the 1 kill for the investment of the Dragon Blade. We'll see how quickly he can build up another one. It's 40 seconds remaining on the push for Kongdoo Uncia. Really just have that Primal Rage to work with the Sound Barrier getting ready to come through for Bubbly.
So now the next push here for Uncia is going to be about picks, or it's going to be about Attack Visor. Daemin already looking to build this up right now. Has a nice angle, supported by his teammates. Attack Visor could be a huge opportunity here.
Got it ready to go.
They have to use it now.
Deep Leap in coming through here from Mano is going to be the recipient of that Nano boost, and Sound Barrier is answered from both sides as they start getting taken down. Attack Visor still has not been popped. That's going to be the Primal Rage here from Mano as he tries to buy a crucial amount of time, leaping way far back, drawing the attention of several members of Kongdoo Uncia out of the Foundry, however. Kay dashing forward, looking for a Pulse Bomb target, can't find anything, has to burn the recall to get himself out to safety. As the Afreeca Freecs Blue are very far forward, Pulse Bomb comes down overtime, ticking away, has to dash in, tag in on the payload, repeatedly just trying to keep himself alive. Self-destruct comes through, takes down Butcher, and that might just be it here for Afreeca Freecs Blue.
He can't get on there with the recall. He was unable to buy enough time, which forced Winston to go onto the point, because without that recall that you talked about, he had to use the recall early, so couldn't actually stay on that point very long. Then when he wasn't there, the Winston went down, was focus fired, and he came back with a recall just too late.
I mean, if you take a look at the end of the kill feed right there, he actually kills Lucid right at the last couple seconds as that overtime ticks down. So getting distracted by the Ana, focusing on that instead of tagging the payload. So, you know, maybe he was forced into a position by Lucid where it's like, you have to contest me or you die anyway. So he was kind of forced into that fight rather than contesting the payload. But
sure,
either way,
I think he was
a lot of distance.
Yeah, I
think
he was also very concerned about not having a recall and just stepping on the payload and dying instantly. So just wanted to basically kill the Ana while he was building up that recall. I think it was 3 seconds away at that moment, 2 seconds away, something like that. Very close to having it. But they do stop the completion now. This is not the easiest push in the world for Afreeca Freecs Blue. We do see this map completed very often. So we'll see what Uncia wants to run defensively here. I feel like Afreeca Freecs Blue took a big gamble with the Orisa Torbjorn combo and didn't actually have a good start for them, but they eventually had the better fights there in the end. And the better ult economy, just using their ults, again, more efficiently, only using one to trade for 4 oftentimes, which eventually just gave them the advantage in terms of every team fight. So now we're moving into this attack now for Afreeca Freecs Blue. We'll see what Uncia wants to use for the defense. Looks like a pretty standard comp with Poise on the Soldier. And it's going to be Decay even actually on the Genji here for the defense. So,
yeah,
the triple DPS as we've seen from them when they run Poise in their composition.
I mean, this is really bold from Kongdoo Uncia. They're just going to be looking to shred down the members of Afreeca Freecs Blue as quickly as they possibly can. But if they lose Butcher, without that front line, they will just get taken down very quickly. Recry just going to go ahead, scout out, won't find anything, so he's going to swap over to his own Soldier.
Yeah, and there's no Diva, you want the Soldier, and like you said, if Butcher goes down, it's a shooting gallery for Recry, so that's going to be the idea here as ArHaN comes into the front lines. Already a ton of damage done. They're going to dive in here.
Yeah, they're straight in onto the point. Recall comes through here from Daemin, trying to keep himself alive. Has to dash around the backside.
Butcher's gone now.
Everybody pretty disjointed here. Daemin does find a kill in onto Lucid. A nice opening, but he gets taken down by the Helix Rockets from Recry. Already the second tick about to be gained by Afreeca Freecs Blue, and they might just outright take this.
Yeah, looks like
in about 40 seconds.
There's going to be one more attempt here. Decay actually does deflect the Helix Rockets. Nicely done.
That's the kill, but can they continue this? No, they cannot. The tick comes through. They get the cap. Afreeca Freecs Blue, now it's just about 6 minutes on the clock for the street space. Plenty of time to work with. Kongdoo Uncia fighting in and around this choke point of the archway. Do come up with a couple kills, but really not going to be that crucial of a stagger because the payload is just now becoming available.
Yeah, massive time bank here for the Afreeca Freecs. Such a risk to run this triple DPS.
ArHaN, look right.
Okay, he looks right.
It's like when you're crossing the street, look left and right then left.
Yes. And he got out of there, he was fine. Decay with kind of a cheeky move. Dragon Blade is popped here early, nothing to pair with it, but he does get the pick on the ArHaN, so that's a big exchange.
Doesn't find much else, can't quite get in onto Lucid. Here's that Squad Orb come through, has to keep himself safe, so he will go ahead and kite back. So again, very big investment on that Dragon Blade to only take away 1 kill, and it doesn't really buy them too much time off the clock.
It looks cool when you
get
a
minor victory.
Yeah, it looks cool when you get the Dragon Blade picks like that. You pop it and you're like, aha, I didn't have anything paired with this and I still got some picks and I'm burning your time pool. But now Afreeca Freecs have bigger tools to work with to actually push this hard. So if they can be efficient now that that pick went through, it'd be nice. You see the Nano actually is committed here.
Oh, ArHaN with his own Dragon Blade into the backside. Does find Dance, but the Attack Visor from Poise takes him down. Butcher leaping around, has that Primal Rage pop, trying to keep himself up. Sound Barrier will come through, keeps him alive at least for the moment as Recry fires away with his own Attack Visor. Doesn't really find any kills, however. So it will be respawning, but this payload has been halted for quite a long time now. So Kongdoo Uncia doing well around the bookshop. Yeah. I guess I never even noticed that was a bookshop until right now.
Yeah, it's a bookshop. It's not a bookstore, it's a bookshop.
Yeah.
It's kind of trashed. It looks like Winston's been through it to look up some notes. Well, ArHaN here, again, now Dragon Bladeless. So many tools otherwise, though, for the Freaks to push this, including the self-destruct. Looking for an angle, just the positioning here of DongHyun is threatening on the side of Uncia. They have to back away from it.
A really deep dive here from Afreeca Freecs Blue. They come up with the kill onto Butcher. So getting rid of that single tank in the triple DPS comp, very crucial for them, buys them a lot of time on the shove.
And it just empowers Recry. It allows them to do so much.
and they're just tearing right through. So Decay, I mean, right now, only one with an ultimate, does have that Dragon Blade ready to go, but you're talking about pulling out a Dragon Blade into a Zenyatta that has that Transcendence waiting.
That's right, and the self-destruct available as well. This looks like this is going to just be another checkpoint. Decay has just been so cheeky trying to get ArHaN, and when it works, it looks amazing, but when it fails, he looks silly, out of position. Not going to drop this. Okay, looks like he will here. Transcendence, though, immediately to answer for it, and that's why he's just going to swing at air. Here's the self-destruct once again, going to knock him out of the fight.
Yeah, he gets taken down. Daemin going down as well. Sleep dart in onto DongHyun immediately. He stands back up as he's just taking damage. And they are yet again just going to be pushing forward. They get the cap in onto point B. And now...
Look at this. Even the deep dive to actually try to force this all the way in. They're going to get pretty close with this.
They're going to try to finish off Bubbly where they can. The boop's coming through. ArHaN now in a spot of bother. Offset deflect, gets that Harmony Orbs. Keeps himself topped up.
He's looking for a nice angle to get the Dragon Blade from behind here. Again, Butcher going to be the priority target. He gets nanoed here. If they target him down, though, this may be the end of this map.
He doesn't pop the Primal Rage. Recry takes him out with the Tac Visor. Crucial misplay from Butcher.
Now,
not using it in time. And now they're just ripping right through them. The Dragon Blade out from ArHaN. Nobody there to peel him. They cut right through Kongdoo Uncia. And that might just be the completion here. Butcher respawn. Desperately going to try to get back in here. Does have the Primal Rage to buy
he's going
some
to try
time.
for it. He needs to get on the point, though. He's in the air, and that's it.
Oh,
he's
dear.
in midair. What a mistake. 2 back-to-back critical mistakes, not popping that Primal Rage when he needed it. And we talked about it. It was almost like I saw a